Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Sacramento. We have special guest and special promotion for Sacramento Real Estate Investors Group on Facebook. Thanks for being with us. We have Serge, one of the admins, with us, and special worldwide traveler and great real estate inspirer. Is there such a word? Jay Martin.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks, Elijah and
So,
Sergey.
about 4 or 5 years ago, I visited one of the summits, actually the very first summit, which took place in Oakland or San Francisco.
Yep, San Francisco.
SF Bay Summit, Real Estate Summit. Serge dragged me into this and he said, you'll find value. And I said, well, I'm not a real estate investor yet. I have nothing. Why would I spend money to go to some summit? What's the point? He said, go, you'll find value. So I did.
Your whole weekend too.
3 days or 2
Yeah,
days.
it's a good way to get away.
What I did, this real estate summit, on top of the Bigger Pockets podcast, which I was listening for a few months already, opened my eyes how to house hack, how to buy my first multifamily, my first fourplex, second, third. And I found the right people. They gave me the right tools, calculators, Excel sheets, the right connections, right ideas. And here I am. I'm not saying that I'm something big, but I already got several units, several flips, and I'm very excited to share the same thing for people who want to start in real estate or want to excel. So Jay and Serge, tell us what's going on in February 8th and 9th.
So I think I give it over to Jay maybe to share a little bit about his background, because I know he has an interesting story on his end, and maybe Jay can start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you the short story. Basically, I went to jail for selling coke when I was 19. And so I got out of jail, decided I want to do something legal. I ended up going back to school, getting a job, and I eventually got into real estate. So I went to a local meetup event from meetup.com. No, this one was from biggerpockets.com. Mm-hmm. And I met some great people. I learned so much my first time there. I was going to buy a condo. I decided I'm going to buy a fourplex just like you instead. And that was my first learning experience. And I invested 1 hour or 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And I learned something that allowed me to buy my first property that now has gone up $350,000 in value. Wow. So I'm not saying everyone's going to experience the same thing, but that's kind of my short story of getting into real estate, and why I started my own meetup group and eventually started this conference is because I realized that networking, just spending an hour or a day meeting some people, you never know what's going to come out of it. And it can have such a huge, huge impact, just like it did with you, Elijah. So that's what I get really excited about and why I do it every year.
And awesome. So tell us, when is it happening? What is going to be there? Who's going to be there? We can share the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's February 8th and 9th, 2020 in Oakland, California. It's at the Oakland Asian Cultural Center. It's a really beautiful venue. It's got lots of great restaurants around, parking, hotels, all that stuff. Really why I started this, a lot of conferences are just kind of sales, kind of BS. A lot of them are actually free because they're trying to sell you something at the end. So part of, in the same philosophy of Bigger Pockets, of just openly sharing, not shoving things down people's throat and selling, I wanted to start something like this because Bigger Pockets wasn't doing a conference for a long time. So this is on the screen here, some people who shared their experience at the summit. And again, it's been really rewarding to hear all these people come back and kind of share their experience and who they met, meeting an investor, meeting a friend, meeting a mentor who helped them grow their business, coming away with ideas that help them change their life for their family and themselves. That's really what it's been all about for me. And then the people I've met and the ideas that I've, got. Sorry, I know you said to introduce myself. I'm sorry, I'm Jay Martin. But so after all this stuff, I basically ended up getting to real estate. I was in bank regulation was my job. I ended up quitting my job, and I just travel the world full time now. I visit family and friends. I do volunteering in the different countries I go to. And we also help raise a lot of money at this event at the summit for orphanages in Asia. And we're also helping a first responder here in the United States purchase a home. Actually, I purchased it for them, a remodeled home. So it's been rewarding to kind of have these goals that I was working towards And through networking at conferences, at meetup groups, through Bigger Pockets, and listening to podcasts, have been able to transition my life from at one point being in jail to now being in, kind of the most free life I could ever imagine. Something I could never imagine, to be honest, when I got out of jail.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's, again, it's February 8th and 9th. It's going to be in Oakland. The website is sfbsummit.com. There's a lot of great speakers. A lot of these folks are from Bigger Pockets. So Al Williamson, actually, who's from Sacramento, got me into furnished rentals in the first place. Really great guy. Aaron Mazzillo has thousands of posts on Bigger Pockets. Craig Kurlop just wrote the book for Bigger Pockets on house hacking, which I know is how a lot of us got started. David Green is the co-host of the Bigger Pockets podcast. They really just have such a depth of information. That's kind of how we all got started, in addition to these conferences. A lot of great women. I just actually, so I recorded interviews with all these speakers, and they're available for free on our website. So I think it's just below this maybe. I was just speaking with Elizabeth. So she just had her second child. I know both of you have children coming up. And she was talking about, congratulations to both of you and to her who just had a child. But she was talking about how to balance life and having children with her business, with her investments, and finding ways that really drill down on that life balance between making money and living the life you want with your family. So I actually just recorded that. We'll be putting that up. But there's actually an interview with each of these speakers for free, available for anyone who wants to see it here on our website. And I think it's just a little bit further down the page here. But yeah, so if you can't make it, check that out. If you can't make it, go to a local meetup group. So this is it right here. Jillian Doty here is a security syndication attorney. So she does a whole bunch of multifamily. Aaron's doing some flipping. Charles doing flipping also. Aaron's also getting into some development. So again, these are all free for anyone. Go check it out. They have a lot of great advice in there, and they'll be sharing more at the summit.
Is there some special code or special deal for our Sacramento group?
It is. There is, just for Sacramento, actually. And the code, secret, is Sacramento. It's all lowercase. So we have a little button to click through if you would like to purchase a ticket. So they're actually going to be $595 at the door. They're $355 right now. And if you use that code Sacramento, all lowercase, you get another $30 off. So it's $325. Again, there are some free conferences out there. Check them out. I think you'll find it's a little bit more of a sales pitch. But more than the money, I think your time is the most important thing. And I always encourage people, go to local meetups. Sometimes it's tough going through traffic, one night a week, you got stuff going on with your family. This is kind of condensing a year's worth of meetups into one weekend. So you can learn the new ideas, meet people, build relationships. And I think for some people that helps save a lot of time too. And it's just hard to get so many great folks together at one time. Doesn't really happen with a local weekly meetup or a monthly meetup. So if you can make it down, I highly encourage people to come make it out. And check it out on the website there at sfbsummit.com.
Yeah, I want to add also, just from my experience, I've been to all of the prior, is it 4 or 5 summits that
this is the 5th one. Yeah.
This is the 5th one. Yeah. So I went to the very first one with Elijah, and I've had an awesome experience every single time. It's helped me a lot just through meeting people and just learning, getting ideas, and helping me build a better focus on what I want to focus on and maybe do or not do. That's important as well. Jay, you were actually one of my inspiration to start up a meetup, and so I have a small meetup in West Sacramento, and I share there every time about the summit, and I've gotten a lot out of that meetup as well, just by meeting people, networking. So I'm a big believer in these types of events, and this is definitely an awesome event. So we just wanted to share with others as well.
I really appreciate you sharing that, to be honest. All the deals that I've been able to do from getting advice from the people I've met has been super great experience for me financially. But hearing from all the people that got inspired to start a meetup and meet new people, or, learned about some new techniques for house hacking, or, buying your own fourplex with an FHA loan, for example, like you, Elijah, just getting a few ideas, exploring what's out there, narrowing something down that you want to get focused on. And then these other people know how to grow those businesses and grow those investments. So I think there's a little bit of finding what's the paths out there, selecting something and connecting with the people that can help grow that business to something bigger, to free up your time and your energy to focus it on maybe other things that you want to do in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to sum it up, ladies and gentlemen, those who want to start in real estate, this is the perfect place. Summit, San Francisco Bay Area Summit on the 8th through 9th. Or people who are advanced, you'll meet so many professionals who will get connected with you, give you some advice, or you just get new ideas from them. So I totally encourage everybody to invest money into your brain, into your network, into your future, and do something. And for our group, Sacramento is the code to save some money. You'll thank us.
Yeah. And definitely regarding regardless what level you're at, whether you're new or very experienced, it's definitely a platform where you can feel like at home, and you'll find others who are at your level, and anyone you talk to will be very open. And I mean, that's what I found, regardless of how experienced someone else is. And there's a lot of people that have way more experience than I did and do. And I feel like I can just talk to them as to a friend. That they're very open and very open to share about what they know. So it's definitely an awesome event to go to.
Absolutely. I appreciate that so much. And that's what the feedback I keep hearing. Again, it's not a bigger pockets event, but it's that same philosophy of open sharing and kind of the philosophy of abundance. I wanted to share also, we have some newer folks who kind of find their path here, like you did, Elijah, like I did in my first meetup when I first went. And I was cool. I heard from a meetup leader who does maybe 30 flips a year. And he said he started doing furnished rentals while he's waiting for development deals that he learned at the meetup, and that he hired a bunch of VAs. So he got a bunch of time freed up, which he had heard about at the last summit also. So it was just cool hearing back from, new people who find a path, and then people who are already doing, real big things, but find a new way to do stuff, a new idea, saves their time, their money, whatever it may be. So it's been really rewarding. And I think it's a great experience for whoever can make it. Again, if you can't, go on Bigger Pockets, find a local meetup group, go on meetup.com, find a local meetup group. If you can make it out to Oakland, February 9th, sfbsummit.com, but get out there, go talk to people, go network, and go take action, because we can talk about it all day, but if you don't go do something, you don't get the results that you like. So.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jay, for stopping by. Serge and everybody. My name was Elijah.
Thank you.
Serge and Jay. We'll see you in Oakland.
In Oakland this time, yeah.